This segment is about food chain or food web, also known as energy transfer. As you study more about ecosystems and cycles in life, you will see the terms food chains and food webs. They describe the same series of events that happen when one organism consumes another to survive. Food web is a more accurate term since every organism is involved with several other organisms. Cows might be food for humans, bacteria or flies. Each of those flies might be connected to frogs, microbes, or spiders. There are dozens of connections for every organism. When you draw all of those connecting lines, you get a web-like shape. First, primary producers. Producers are the beginning of the simple food chain. Producers are plants and vegetables. Plants are at the beginning of every food chain that involves the sun. All energy comes from the sun, and plants are the ones who make food with that energy. They use the process of photosynthesis. Plants also make loads of the other nutrients for other organisms to eat. There are also photosynthetic protists that start food chains. You might find them floating on the surfaces of the ocean, acting as food for small unicellular animals. Then comes primary consumers. Consumers are the next link in the food chain. There are three levels of consumers. The levels start with the organisms that eat plants. Scientists named this first group of organisms the primary consumers. They're also called herbivores. They are the plant eaters of the chain. It might be a squirrel or it might be an elk. It'll be out there eating plants and fruits. It will not eat animals. Then come secondary consumers. Secondary consumers eat the primary consumers. A mouse might be a primary consumer and a cat might be the secondary. The secondary consumers are also called carnivore. Carnivore means meat eater. Next, tertiary consumers. In some ecosystem, there is the third level of consumer called the tertiary consumer. That means third level, omnivore. These are consumers that eat the secondary and primary consumers. The tertiary consumer could be a wolf that eats the cat and the mouse. There are also consumers called omnivores. Omnivores can either be secondary or tertiary consumers. Humans and bears are considered omnivores. We eat meat, plants, and just about anything. The last in the food web is decomposers. The last links chain are the decomposers. If you die, they eat you. If you poop, they eat that. If you lose a leaf, they eat it. Whenever something that was alive dies, the decomposers get it. Decomposers break down nutrients in the dead stuff and return it to the soil. The producers can then use the nutrients and elements once it's in the soil. The decomposers complete the system, returning essential molecules to the producers. It is called circular model of production. Millions of years, they use the same material to produce, to recycle, to reuse, and again decompose and again use again and again. We have to learn from nature, from ecosystem, how to use our resources wisely. Human society, every time we produce something, we go for fresh resources. We don't know how to use the old resources and make a circular pattern of production. We can learn from ecosystems. Goodbye.